Good morning. Today is Tuesday, October 25th, the year 2022. I had an interesting phone call yesterday from one of my the guys who a YouTube subscriber who calls me periodically, and he was telling me about some people who he has introduced my videos to and how they felt like I was the devil, Satan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the devil don't exist. Satan don't exist. Heaven don't exist. Hell don't exist. Those are all mythical and fictional places. It's nice to see. I mean, more and more black Americans, particularly, who are walking away from religion because they're beginning to realize this shit ain't real. And people always ask me, Walter, what was your first indication that this was all fake? When I was a little kid. I realized, okay, something's not right here. I grew up in a household with a very religious mother. We were Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh gosh, it's a fucking nightmare. But to know at an early age that something's not right here, that this is not real, this is fake. And read the stuff. And as a Jehovah's Witness, you have to understand, we had all this literature we had to read. All this literature that we had to read. It was so much literature to read that it was crazy. And on top of that, I got your toy. On top of all that racket, the literature stuff that we had to read, you don't like what I do these videos. All that racket that we had to read. Every time I start a video, he runs over here. He gets bored. But when you were growing up reading all this stuff, remember back then Jehovah's Witnesses said the world was going to come to an end. Well, we're still here, y'all. Walking away from that Jehovah's Witness religion, after being in it for 17, 18, 19 years and breaking free from that and going on about my life was the best thing I could ever have done for my life. And for a lot of people who are stuck in these religious churches and families and religious family members and mothers and fathers, sometimes you just have to break free and separate yourself from them people. Let them continue down their journey. But you need to do what's right for you. And if you don't feel comfortable and you no longer want to be involved in these religious places, then get rid of it. Just walk away from it and be done with it. It's not that hard. It ain't that. It can be hard because we're brainwashed into believing these religious beliefs as a little bitty kid. We're brainwashed into believing, taught to believe from a very early age. Prayer, the Lord's Prayer, all this fake mess. And once it gets into your head, it's a struggle. It is a struggle to break free from that. And it's funny because I go on Facebook and I'll see posts all the time where people are posting stuff saying, hey, God blessed me with a house and God blessed me with this and God gave me this and God gave me that. And I just kind of laugh because God ain't blessing people with houses. No, you buying your own house. You bought your own car. So they always claim God did this, but in many instances, they did it themselves. God didn't buy me this house, or this table I'm sitting at, or make this coffee I'm drinking right now. I made it. Why would I give some fake entity the glory when I know I got up and did this? That was my biggest issue with my mother. My mother had a good life when she was married, but she tossed it to the wind, chasing behind Jesus. A lot of black women make this mistake. Pursuing religious beliefs, thinking God and Jesus are going to provide for them when their husband was actually paying the bills, like in the case of my father. My mother didn't work no place. My father risked his life every night at that steel mill so that we could have a home to live in and cars to drive and food on the table. And she was always God and Jesus and God and Jehovah and Jesus. But no, she didn't say thank the man that was doing this for her. That's when black women make a very drastic mistake. This is one of the reasons why black folks are so messed up right now. And hey, you just carrying on, ain't you? Religion has warped, and it's been like this. Religion has warped black folks' minds, been like this for centuries. Ever since the white folks introduced us that shit in slavery. And y'all can't let it go. But a lot of people are letting it go. A lot of people are waking up and saying, this ain't for me. This is not for my family. This is not for my children. I won't go through this no more. And there's always this fake thing again. Well, morals and religion, y'all. Morals have nothing to do with religion. If y'all knew anything about what was going on in that Jehovah's Witness religion, all them out of wedlock children being born, husbands and wives fornicating and adultery. There was so much stuff going on in that Kingdom Hall as a kid. And I look back on it and I said, I'll never forget my mother had us, me and my brothers, there was a brother at the Kingdom Hall, as you call him, brother. He was a young guy. He would come out and Mama's house. He'd be doing a book study with us, me and my brother. Well, lo and behold, this young man that Mama was so pushing. No, you ain't. Not during this video. Get over here. You don't have food. Anyway, the young brother that my mother, and he probably was in his 20s or something, because we were little kids. He had an adulterous, he was married, he had an adulterous affair with another sister at the Kingdom Hall and got her pregnant. Now, he ended up reconciling with his wife and stayed with his wife. But they were disfellowshipped. Well, he was disfellowshipped for a little while. Well, after that, I can't remember. I don't even know if they still do that shit. Do they still disfellowship people from the Kingdom Hall? Does anybody know? Anyway, he was disfellowshipped, and she was disfellowshipped, but she ended up getting a divorce. They got divorced. The woman was pregnant. Her husband left her and said, oh no, I'm not dealing with this. So this all happened in the Kingdom Hall in Gary, Indiana. There was so much shit going on there in Kingdom Hall, like any other church and environment dealing with human beings. There were a lot of people disfellowship for fornication. Sex was the biggest issue, as it always would be. I remember this one time, this guy, he was disfellowship for being gay. He was still coming to the Kingdom Hall, and I remember staring at him like, why are you still here? I hate the Kingdom Hall. Get over here. Why them neighbors ain't bothering you? Get over here. Come here. They're not bothering you, but I'm going to put you outside. You can go out there and bark at them all you want. Now you back over here eating his food now. That's right. Eat your food. But anyway, growing up as a Jehovah's Witness was not in a household with a mother who was so... My mother, she's a completely different person than she was then. Now than she was then. My God, she was really insane back then. We'd have to study that Bible and study the Watchtower and the Wake and the book and read all this and be there every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. It was a lot. Field service. And what did this do for her children? Let me tell you, not a goddamn thing. She wasted their time. She'd been better off than us. Instead of us learning how books and science and math and something that could have helped us do something positive in our lives, that ain't what happened. Barely made it through high school. Come on now, quiet. Back then, the Jehovah's Witnesses were not pushing for their children to go to college, get a college education, because the world was coming to an end. We in the last days. You'd have to be pretty damn stupid to be following any religion at this point in your damn life. All this education out here about these religions, how they got started, so much information. There's a ton of books about the Jehovah's Witness religion and how it came to be. Y'all need to read that shit. I have. Educate yourself about the Baptist religion, the Jehovah's Witness religion, the Jewish religion, and the number one, that Christian mess. Go read up on this stuff. And find its pagan background. But y'all don't want to do that. Yeah, church. Singing and screaming and hollering Jesus all night long. It's insanity. At its best. And then black people say, but that's all black folks have. Wait a minute now. Black folks lived through slavery. Being beat. Being fed scraps. We lived through this because of our strength to endure and survive. Nothing to do with no God and nothing to do with no fake Jesus. Y'all can take that shit and ram it up your ass. That is not how black folks survive and continue to survive to this day, through survival skills, work, perseverance, not religion, and definitely not no fucking prayer. God, that is some bullshit right there. If black people only understood the powers that they have in their own two hands, we probably could get out of a lot of other bad situations that continue to bother us today. But religion is another issue. Now, one of the things I just really dislike about the Jehovah's Witness religion, they don't vote. No, they don't vote. They don't participate in voting or politics or any of that type of stuff. And so I've always wondered, I always disliked that. You got thousands and millions of Jehovah's Witnesses here in the United States who don't vote. They don't participate in any type of vote. They're not supposed to. Here we go again. Lord, why? Why are you so bad today? Come here. I'm going to say something to you. But they don't vote and they don't participate in anything that has anything to do with politics. They say something about being of the world. So I can't remember a lot of this stuff, y'all. If they allow them to vote now, I don't know. But they weren't supposed to be voting back then. I don't know much about that religion today because I haven't been involved in that since the late 80s when I walked away. And my mother soon left, not soon after we moved to Atlanta. Probably the best thing that she could ever do was trying to get her ass about it, actually, because she was trapped in that mess. It takes a lot of work to walk away from a lot of brainwashing religion. It's not easy. Like I said, from little bitty kid, you're taught certain things about religion. As a little bitty child, it is brainwashed into your head the day you are born. And so you grow up, and this is passed from generation to generation, talking about generational curses. This might be one. You gotta look around, y'all. I have so many friends who are caught up in this bogus ass religion. And their lives are in such despair. They're in church every Sunday. I have friends who literally go to church every Sunday. We're friends and associates. They know how I feel, and I know how they feel. I respect religious people. I just think they're fucking crazy as hell. But they're in church every Sunday, but their lives are just a hot-ass mess. Now, this is the thing that does concern me, though, about all these religious people. How in the hell you in church every Sunday, but you don't have a problem with doing pornography and OnlyFans and nude pictures and just having sex with all these different people, but you're religious? Because I have one friend, he's very religious, but he has OnlyFans thing. I'm thinking, Jacoby, what is going on in your head? This doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to be religious, don't you think you should follow the rules of your religion? You would want to. I mean, what's the purpose of going there then? Just to violate all the rules? You gonna break all the rules any damn way? You can do the fuck you want to do. Well, why are you in there? Why are you there? And all these fornicating and adultery, fornication and adultery going on around this damn world. Everybody, we love Jesus and God, but they got 8 different children by 8 different niggas. They ain't married none of them. Did you not read that Bible? You didn't read it. It didn't tell you. Yeah, it didn't speak. You must have skipped a couple of chapters. Please don't worry about gay folks. Y'all, I've set up in these churches. That was a journey for me. It wasn't easy because after I left the Jehovah's Witness religion, a lot of my friends were going to church. And I come to church, so I would get them to go to church. And it was no different than, when I look back on it, it was no different than going to the club on a Friday night, partying, Saturday night party, Sunday church, Sunday brunch. This was just something gay folks did. And so I'd be going. I didn't really want to go, but I'd never really experienced church because one of them was Jehovah's Witness. So, of course, I would get up and go get dressed and go to church with them. And I was entertained. I'd be looking around, people jumping around and looking at the choir singing. And they didn't do all this shit, the Jehovah's Witness religion. It's a very conservative type religion. But I was entertained in these churches. But when the pastor started to speak, I said, okay, this is some ignorant ass shit these people saying. Half the church gay, but they speaking against homosexuals. I'm thinking, well, does this man not know that half the damn choir standing behind him is gay, half the people in this damn audience, what's going on here? And I'm looking around and I'm like, y'all sitting here with this mess? And I realized, this ain't for me. And them same niggas that was racing to church every Sunday morning had been fucking like dogs in heat the night before. What were they learning in these churches? Nothing. Morals, please. Them same guys, yeah, we going to church. And I'm sitting there looking at them thinking, I know what y'all was doing last night and the night before, and then what you going to do tonight. Why are we here? And I stopped going. They're going to church. I said, no, I'm going, you don't want to go to church? I don't want to go to y'all church. Do not. I was at the gym a few weeks ago, and this guy came to me. That nice looking brother came up around. I'm like, what the hell? He kept coming around and stuff. I want to invite you to my church up the street. I said, hold up. Let me help you out right now. I'm atheist. I'm not going to nobody's church. Thank you for inviting me. Now, if you want to invite me to that rib shack next to the church, I'll go there with you. But I'm not going to your church. I said, I'm atheist. I'm sure you probably have a very nice church, and I'm sure you probably enjoy it. But I don't think I would have any interest in that church, and I'm sure, because I might come in and turn that motherfucker out. He was like, oh. He was a black guy, too. So black folks, when you tell black folks you're atheists, it's like you just spoke blasphemy. Yeah, you just stood there and shout. You don't believe in God? I said, I don't believe in God, that church, that Bible, no, none of that mess. But you're welcome to believe it if that's what you want to. If you enjoy, obviously you enjoy it, you invite me to come to the church or something. I mean, so you must enjoy it. Enjoy it. I mean, if that's what you enjoy doing, I'm not going to knock you for what you want to do, but it ain't for me. It's not for me. I had to call him back. I had to call him earlier. Yeah, it ain't for me. This little dog, he just won't give up. You just won't give up, will you? You just won't give up. Why? I'm just going to be in the video, too. I'm just going to be in the video. Because I just want to be in the video. Because I don't know. I'm sitting over here playing with my toys on my bed. We got him a nice, comfortable bed over there, and food and water. But why do you want to be under my feet? Why? Yeah, but growing up in a religious household, it was not a lot of fun. Don't forget, man, I told you I grew up in religion. My mother was a Jehovah. My father was superstitious. He didn't believe in it. He was not a religious person at all, but he was very superstitious. My father was not in Mississippi. Lord have mercy. So that was kind of a weird experience when I look back on it. Growing up in a household, you got a religious mother to the point of insanity, and then you got a superstitious father. Trying to tell y'all, my father was throwing salt on every damn thing. I'm like, where's the salt at? It's all gone. He threw salt on there. I don't know what the salt was supposed to ward away or something. I don't know, y'all. Don't ask me that. I was a little kid, and I just remember all this stuff. As you grow older, you look back on shit and say, "Oh, them motherfuckers was crazy." They were. But anyway, I don't have nothing against. If you believe in God and Jesus, fine. But don't attack me because I don't believe in what you believe in. In fact, you're not supposed to say nothing to me at all. You're supposed to be on your knees praying for me, or whatever you want to do. Instead of coming on my YouTube videos, attacking me and making comments, he's the devil, he's this and that. You're supposed to be praying. You're supposed to say shit to me. Y'all don't read your Bibles. You don't read them. It's just a book that's sitting there with dust on it. Or if you are reading it, you ain't getting no comprehension out of it. You don't understand what you're reading because you ain't following none of the rules that's written in there. You're just running wild. But these are just my thoughts and opinions. Just my thoughts and opinions of this. Just damn, look at it. You determined, ain't you? You just determined. But anyway, it's a short little video. I'm about to cook me some breakfast. It's almost 10 o'clock in the morning over here. I'm figuring out what I want for breakfast. I ran out of oatmeal. I got some cream of wheat in there. I haven't cooked that cream of wheat, and I need to cook that damn cream of wheat before it goes to bed. I'm gonna cook. I think we can do some cream of wheat for breakfast. Y'all, you still eat cream of wheat? Well, I do. Make a big old bowl of cream of wheat, and because I never do a lot of grits. I'm grit. I didn't cook grits for the past few weeks. So I'm out of oatmeal, so I'm gonna do some cream of wheat this morning. I think we'll do some bacon because I have some bacon in the refrigerator. I need to cook that bacon. Do some bacon, toast, scrambled eggs, and cream of wheat. That's what will be my breakfast this morning. Anyway, thank you for watching my videos. Share them with family members and friends. And if you are a religious person, maybe you need to reevaluate your life. Are you following the rules of it? Do you think that you're a good servant of whatever religion you follow? There's so many of them out there. You know, every time I turn around, it's so many new religions out there. And I have nothing against people who want to participate in that. I don't want to participate in it. And many other thousands of other black Americans are saying we didn't have enough of this shit. And then walking away. And I get it. I understand the reason why. You can't keep following this fake stuff forever. At some point, you have to go live a normal life without that indoctrination, the brainwashing, the foolishness, the ignorance, the lies and confusion. On top of these pastors. And one thing I would say I do regret, I could have been a great pastor. Them niggas, they making a killing. They making a killing. I see these pastors and these. I was somewhere recently and I saw a church and they had this big rose. I forget where I was. You got some pastors here in Atlanta. You got some big churches here. I don't know. You know, since COVID, you know, a lot of those churches were closed and they're now back having services now in the past year or so. I don't know how long they were closed, but I bet you them pastors took a hit. Yeah, financially, because they went there to collect that. Last time I did go to a church, they passed that place so many damn times. So this offering and that offering, this offering, it was just ridiculous. As a Jehovah Witness, they didn't do that. They didn't pass no plate around. You make a donation at the end of the service if you want to. They wouldn't around there begging for money like you go into these churches. Them motherfuckers know they be begging up a goddamn store, and they worse than these damn homeless people passing that plate around. You step foot in the damn church, make sure you stop at the ATM machine and get you some damn money to get them bastards. I ain't giving them shit. The time they pass the plate to me, I pass it on to the next person. You ain't get none of my damn money. I'm just here for the entertainment. Get that choir back singing. They were singing good song. What was that song? Sing it again. I'm just sitting listening to the damn choir. I don't need nothing about him, but I ain't giving no money. And you can actually just skip everything the pastor had to say. I don't want to hear shit he got to say. Just get that choir up there and sing some of them good songs. That's about all I want to hear. Especially at Christmas time. I love good Christmas carols at a church. I go sit in there for that. Where they having Christmas concert. We would sit there and watch that, listen to Christmas music. That's about it. Now the rest of that shit they can keep. But anyway, let me cook me some breakfast. It's 9:55. Today is Tuesday, October 25th. The year is 2022. I'm out of here. And y'all have a blessed day. Yeah, right. Bye.